Am I the asshole for saying that husband's OCD habit doesn't count as cleaning? My husband has OCD, which has become worse in the past few years, and this manifests in him constantly moving items around the house. I try to be mindful of this because I know he can't help it, but I just don't have a solid grasp on what sets him off and what doesn't, especially because his preferences always seem to change. He describes this behavior as cleaning, or when he's annoyed with me as cleaning up after me, although it's really nothing of the sort. It's not even really organization. The things never get moved to a designated place, they just go to wherever his whim dictates, whether that place makes sense or not. This results in me frequently losing important items like keys, bills, and things that I'm actively trying to use. I wouldn't have nearly as much of a problem with this behavior if he cleaned the house in more meaningful ways, but he doesn't. Sweeping and vacuuming? All me. Dishes? All me. Dusting, cleaning the toilets and shower, any kind of cleaning that actually involves removal of filth? All me. He doesn't usually see me clean because I strongly prefer cleaning when he's out. I work from home, he commutes, but it really should be obvious how much that I contribute. But that's not how he views things. A couple days ago, as he was doing one of his cleaning sessions, he started berating me about never doing anything to keep the place clean, and that he cleans up after me all goddamn day. This set me off because I had just spent a long time earlier that day painstakingly scrubbing every inch of the master bathroom toilet. I said that I had a hugely disproportionate housekeeping workload and that his habit doesn't count as cleaning to anyone but him, that the house would be a sty if he was the only one taking care of it, and that he needs to actually start contributing to housework instead of just shuffling stuff around and making me lose my things. Ever since that argument he's been very short with me and avoiding me. Was I in the wrong here? Edit: he was diagnosed in his early 20s, before we met. I'm not willing to give too much detail about his experience that made him distrusting of mental health professionals, but it was a very traumatic experience which involved a boundary-violating therapist who used extremely abusive methods. It's not just a little shake it off bad experience. If I had experienced what he did, I would also probably be scared off of trying it again. Not the asshole. Edited from info. What does the person who is treating him for his obsessive-compulsive disorder say about this situation? Growing up with a father with untreated OCD, I empathize with you. All he would do was move things around when he was cleaning, and it was an everyday occurrence. I would lose things, and he would swear he wouldn't touch them, but he would just move it to different spots. I think really what needs to happen is some professional intervention for his OCD. Whether that be therapy or medication or whatever other outlets makes sense for him, because otherwise it won't change no matter how many times you talk to him about it, and the more you talk to him the more he's gonna get frustrated. Hang in there. Not the asshole. Stop cleaning, and let him see what you're bringing to the table. Honestly, I'd write a list of all the cleaning you've mentioned and sit down with your husband and ask him when the last time he did any of them tasks. Not the asshole. I'd be furious too. Stop cleaning for a month. My ex made the same comment to me. He didn't have OCD and I was so hurt by it. I stopped cleaning. Then shock, horror. Not the asshole. And I don't agree with some comments. Clean when he is there, show him what you do. No, F that. He is not a child, he should know by now that things don't get magically cleaned by themselves. There is a difference between tidying and cleaning. He is tidying, not cleaning. Use this language to help. Also, OCD is a really awful thing people live with, not a habit. Is he diagnosed? Nope, not the asshole. There's a difference between organizing and cleaning. Have you tried making a chore list to divide the cleaning chores equitably? That way, when your chores are done, and his aren't, maybe he will have an easier time of understanding that what he does isn't cleaning. Not the asshole. His OCD explains why he moves things around, but it doesn't cover for the fact that he doesn't contribute to any other housework. The fact that he's unwilling to get treatment could become a major problem for both of you. Not the asshole. If your description is correct, then what he is doing isn't cleaning or tidying. Someone moving stuff around randomly would be extremely irritating to me, especially if it's keys and bills that should always be in a specific place. That man needs therapy. Your husband needs to get help and start ERP therapy. OCD can feel like torture, but that doesn't give anyone an excuse to let their behavior affect others, and definitely doesn't excuse him berating you. Not the asshole. Is he getting therapy for it? It's one thing if my partner has it. It's another if he's being an ass about it. I would demand that he gets therapy. I can only imagine it will get worse. Not the asshole. Saying he can't help it is a cop-out if he's doing nothing to manage his OCD. Is he in therapy and on meds? If not, he needs to be, because his OCD is only getting worse and his behavior is negatively impacting you. It's not his fault, and it's not fair that he has OCD and has to manage it. That sucks, and I can empathize as I'm managing things of my own. However, it's not okay to make others deal with all our baggage all the time when we're doing nothing to help solve our issues. Not the asshole. And I don't think his OCD comes into play in this discussion, other than to provide a reason as to why he moves things around. He doesn't get a pass for failing to have a share of the actual cleaning. Nor does he get a pass for the way he spoke to you. I'm no expert, but I don't think that these are a result of OCD. If I were a spiteful person, I might suggest not cleaning for a few weeks. But that is petty behavior. Smirking face. Not the asshole. If he is not under a professional's care for this problem, he needs to be. You're his wife, not his therapist. Managing his OCD should not fall to you. It sounds like you've put up with this for a long time and finally snapped. Maybe he needs that reality check. His OCD habit of moving stuff around is almost a separate issue here. I don't see how that precludes him from also cleaning, unless his OCD makes him germaphobic. In which case I circle back to my first sentence. Not the asshole. He's trying to tidy up, not clean, but it doesn't sound like he's even doing that. He needs to be seen by a professional. You can't have important papers go missing like that. Not the asshole. He has a serious medical condition. If he won't get treatment, you do not have to stay there and let him berate you. It's awful that he had a traumatic experience in therapy, but here does not get to traumatize you daily because of it. Not the asshole. Stop doing everything that counts as cleaning. Just see how long it takes him to notice. Not the asshole. Maybe you should stop all cleaning for a while to illustrate your point. Is he getting any help for his OCD? Not the asshole. You could show him your contribution by boycotting cleaning until he comes to a fair division of labor. The only problem is you'll have to live in the mess too. Overall, he seems like he's the one who needs to work on his contribution, and his constant claims of cleaning up after you are as inappropriate as they are absurd. Not the asshole. He is moving things around. Maybe it could be considered tidying, but cleaning, no. I suggest you do as he thinks you do and stop cleaning entirely for a few days. Stop actually cleaning and let him see what happens. He doesn't need to get a therapist to start treatment. He doesn't, strictly speaking, even need a psychiatrist to start treatment. His regular doctor can start him on any of the SSRIs, though it's certainly best to see a psychiatrist if you want optimum treatment in a reasonable time frame. Not the asshole. Other people have said everything better. But just my 2 cents as a man with OCD. My OCD cleaning and my actual cleaning are vastly different things, and they feel vastly different. And you're not responsible for understanding a non-existing set of rules. Even if he's had a traumatic experience of therapy, he is still choosing to not address his mental health issues. The best thing you can do is exactly what you are doing. Don't butt into his narrative, don't make allowances for his behavior, and put the responsibility back on him. Anything else and you'd be contributing to the problem. Not the asshole.